Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahümme ehdina fîmen hedeyt ve afina fîmen afeyt ve tevellena fîmen tevelleyt ve barik lena fîmâ a'tayt ve qina şerre mâ qadayt. فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك إنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت فلك الحمد على ما قضيت نستغفرك اللهم ونتوب إليك اللهم افتح علينا حكمتك وانشر علينا رحمتك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم نور قلوبنا بنور الإيمان والقرآن والإسلام وبمعرفتك اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome everyone. We have studied until now about the Surah of Mary in the Quran. The verse, I believe we studied up to 24. I think, yep. Yeah. Last week, it was a difficult subject to study the verse 23, although every verse has really a deep meaning that we cannot get to the end, the bottom of it. So we will try as much as we can. Let me read the translation of the 23rd verse of the section Mary. And the pains of childbirth drove her to the trunk of a date palm. She said, would that I had died before this, and was a thing forgotten, utterly forgotten. Yeah, kuntu nesyan mensiya. Yeah, why a person can wish to be totally forgotten, it's not that our human nature doesn't want to exist. We may sometimes desire not to exist because of the despair, because of the unsolvable problem from our side, so unbearable for a chaste person such as Mary to be in this position, inexplicable position, impossible to explain people. And rightly the people will be suspicious and accuse Mary for being an unchaste person, as she was known as a very devout woman or girl. So it was particularly unbearable for her to be in this position. Of course, the Quran also says she went back to her people after giving birth to the baby. Then we understand that we cannot really live in isolation, whatever the circumstances may be. We have to have our society, our community, and we have to live in a social life. So as she expressed her utter powerlessness, utter I am helpless. She declared that. She couldn't say that, but she can just forget about what the people think. God knows anyway, I am a chaste woman. I have not been in a bad action. So I am innocent. Whether people think of it or not, as think of me as a chaste person or not, no, we cannot say that. We have to preserve our honor, dignity in the society. That is very human. That's what we are created. We have to take care of our environment as well, what they will think of us. Not only that we should take off what the society will think of us, but mainly what is my status in the eye of my creator. That is the main concern, but at the same time, we have no right to lose our reputation or honor in the society, because we are created within the conditions of this society. So when somebody declares his or her complete impotence, God's help comes. Arrives. Verse 24. But a voice cried to her from below, don't worry. Your Lord has provided a stream at your feet. Now it is something again unbelievable happening here. Because we cannot really guarantee that in this creation a miracle will happen to us. But God knows what He will create for us. We cannot understand this kind of narrations of the Quran as the same thing will going to happen to us. We have to be realistic. This is an example, an exemplary case for us to take lesson from it. And it is an invitation for us to put our trust in our Creator. That He will help us. In what way? Not necessarily it is going to be in a way that is obviously miraculous creation to everyone. Not necessarily though, but He will take care of us. He will take care of us, even not in this world, but definitely in the hereafter. The compensation will or must take place according to the justice of God, absolute justice of God. So we may think that, okay, I am a chaste person, man or woman. I want to preserve my honor, my dignity, my chastity, and that's why I need help from God. Come on. For example, the typical example in the case of Mary, somebody wants to get married and have a child legally or in an appropriate way, as it is described or advised in the Quran as the will of God. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean that God did not hear our voice, our prayer. God did not really pay attention to our need and to our honesty. It never means this, because we don't know how God's action is going to take place and will help us. Because if we look at the case of Mary. Did Mary arrange anything to get married in the story as the Quran presents to us? No. Did he really pray to God that she must have a husband and family life and therefore children, entertain her life in this world? Again, we see no trace of it in the Quran. It was a complete answer to the prayer of Mary's mother and appreciation of Mary's loyalty to God, devout prayers, supplications to God. The prayers are accepted in a way God prefers, not in the way I like, because we have to pay attention to our prayers to God. For example, I may love to have something, which is quite human. I may feel that it is a need, and really essential need for me. That is quite human. Nothing is wrong with it. But if I go and ask God to give it to me as a gift from his absolute mercy, absolute grace, as I want, oh no. That is not the relationship. It is not befitting to the relationship between me and my God. I have to present my need, but leave it to God's absolute knowledge, absolute wisdom to respond to my need in the best way, not as I know, but as he knows. That is an essential relationship between me as a created being has some sort of needs, that is correct, but I cannot impose my need to God's absolute mercy, saying that, no, you should give me what exactly I want. That is not really a befitting attitude for a created person. So what we should say, I need this, that is my need, but it is, I trust your choice how to respond to my need. Whatever the way is the best for me. For example, I may say, as an example, I want to get married with a particular person A. Please, God, I love him or her. Please help me. And no, God says, no, it may not be good for you. You don't know what will happen in the future. God says, okay, since you presented your need to me and acknowledged that you are in need of my help, God is speaking now, I will respond back for you in the best way you deserve. What is that? Your prayer deserves. What is that? Not get married to that person. I know the future. Even the children you will have as a result of this marriage may not be what you would like to have them or how you would like to have them. We don't know. We don't know the future, even let alone 20 years later, 30 years later. We don't know what will happen next moment. We cannot know what is good for us. But we should acknowledge that we need good for us. That is how we should pray to God, so that God will respond to our prayers in the way that he knows the best for us. So we should never put any conditions from our side when we are praying. Yes, we can express, I need this, but please, God, respond to my need in the way that you know the best for me. I am leaving it to you. That is what really befitting to created beings' capacity. I don't know the future. I must accept I cannot guarantee, and I cannot put condition to my creator. Please create a means that I should get married with this person and I should have the best children. But if it is not appropriate within the order of his creation, he would say, look, you don't know what you are asking. You think it is good, but I know it is not. So our prayer may not be responded as we want, as we expect them to happen. Now, so the water comes at your feet as a miracle. This matter of miracles need to be understood in the proper way. The narrations about the miracles of the prophet have many aspects, one of which looks at the figurative meaning of it. The water, the stream came under her feet, ready. Everything is prepared. Don't worry about it. Giving guarantee to Mary. Water represents in the Quran and likens it to the revelation of the Quran, which is described the mercy of God as a result of mercy of God. So from there, we understand that I will provide everything as a result of my absolute mercy, and you should not worry about anything. Now, let's go to the following verse. Okay, let me see this. Now, shake the trunk of the date palm towards you so it will drop some fresh dates on you. Again, what does it mean? Why should I or should Mary shake the palm towards herself so that some fresh dates will fall upon her? And then her provision will be ready. Do you think a one who creates in the description of this subject in the Quran, the one who creates the tree miraculously and the stream under the feet of water, ready water, that she needs in order to survive within the order of this universe, can the creator of this miraculous events? Now, actually, ordinary, we see a palm tree out there or a tree out there and water running somewhere here on earth, it is a miraculous creation as well. But that event took place in a specific time within a specific condition without happening within an accustomed way that we are used to. That is miracle. Otherwise, creation of a tree is in the universe, which is miracle itself, not surprising. Creation of water or spring in this world is a miracle, and we don't get surprised. But when we hear that the same one who created the tree, who created the palm tree and the fruit on it, and the stream, formally, in an unaccustomed way, we say, "Oh, miracles cannot happen." No, it is happening already. But at a specific time, it means the change of order of the universe must be acknowledged by an idea that is an important, that the order of the universe is miraculously taking place. If someone takes it for granted that the order of the universe has nothing miraculous, it is always happening as it is, it is as it is. Nothing miraculous. It has been like this for maybe endless of times. It means without time. It has always been like this. Can this person believe in miracles? Impossible. And that is correct for him not to believe in miracles, because he is not believing in the miraculous creation of this universe. So in order to understand that the miracles happen because of the will of the creator of this order, we have to be absolutely sure that the creation of the universe is taking place in a miraculous way. So the change of the way that the order is accustomed by us, how it operates, that we are accustomed with, we are used to observe it. The trees are created everywhere. It's nothing surprising for us. But if we see that they are created miraculously within an order which is also established miraculously, we can, because why miraculously? Because we cannot explain their existence within the universe caused by anything of the universe, any part of the universe. It's a miraculous creation. If this miraculous creation is acknowledged, in it, in which the tree is created, is also miraculously happening. Now, if you see that my voice is not heard here, it means the internet. Please let me know and write something in chat, or just say, because I see sometimes the sign says your internet is not stable. Okay, if you just let me know, I will be pleased. So if I am convinced that by looking at the universe, not because I am a believer, not because I heard from the Quran or any other scripture, no, I look at the universe, it cannot happen by itself, it cannot happen accidentally. If I conclude this, which is very simple, very human nature really imposes on us, forces us to accept this, because there is no other way to explain it. The existence, there is no other way to explain the existence of the order of the universe. Matter cannot make its own order, because it is already dependent on the order to exist and to continue its existence. Whoever established the order is the creator of the things which of being who cannot be a part of this universe, or cannot be like of this universe, dependent, transient, subject to something else, without any will, or it is impossible to explain. So now, some people find that the miraculous explanations of the events in the Quran can and should be explained in an our accustomed way of the order of the universe. Nothing that out of the order, out of the accustomed way of the order of the universe, according to us. It means they are missing a point to me. It's a big number of people nowadays doubting about the truthfulness of the narration of the miraculous happenings in the Quran. That's why I need to really spend some time on it. But if it's so simple to me, I don't know. Maybe I'm cheating myself, but I'm sure, as far as I am concerned, that if I am sure that the order is established by an absolute being, if I investigate the word, think about it, reflect on it on, and come to the conclusion, the order of the universe needs to be established by an absolute creator who is not of the part of this universe, cannot be. I can say, okay, the same I can easily change it, why not? Occasionally to demonstrate that he is not bound to follow his own order that he established. No, he has a free will. He must have a free will. Otherwise, we cannot explain the existence of this world if we think that the originator source of this universe has no free will, absolute free will. So if he has a free will, if he is the creator of the order of the universe, it becomes not only easy, but necessary to conclude that this creator can change and also must change the order in order to demonstrate that he is not bound by what he has created, the order of the universe. No, he is free. He must demonstrate it. Although he demonstrates within the order of the universe by creating all kinds of creatures. Come on. Okay. The Syrian is away, so we can continue. He must change it. But he must change it on occasionally on a wise reason, because he is a wise creator. If we see that the miracles, according to us, according to God, it's not miracle. Everything is as he does, usually. So, because it is surprising for us. Now, if he changes the order very frequently, here for no reason, let me say, the creator of this order is doing something. How can I trust him? So order must be stable. On occasional cases, for a purpose, to teach and help people, human beings, on certain conditions. Then the miracle happens only once in, I don't know, a million, so that the people will take notice of it and trust the order and establish their relationship with their creator within a set of order. So I know if I do this, my God promised me always he is creating in this way, that he will respond in this way. But it is a physical actions, of course, not the prayers. Prayers left to God, that is different. Inshallah, this case is important, and yeah, is writing, I don't know whether I should read it, but it is like making a child surprised in order to teach them something. Surprise birthday party to show love, mercy. Yeah, no, wisdom, especially. There is a wisdom in it. Demonstrating that, look, you may pray to God and you may receive no answer to it at all. You think, but God is giving this example saying that no, he knows and he provides his help from an unthinkable way. Here it is. Was Mary expecting a baby? She will have a baby? Not at all. Was Mary expecting the spring water under her feet will be ready? Not at all. How about this tree? Not at all. But one thing, one single thing here that we have to notice. I'm surprised to see this detail in the Quran. God says to Mary, shake the trunk of the date palm towards you so it will drop some fresh dates on you. Look, the one who creates all these miraculous events for her, can he not drop the date palms, fresh dates, dates on her? By definition, he definitely is able to do it. He can, no doubt. Why not? No, at every stage, we have to show our need for it. For example, dates are on the branch of the tree. I'm not shaking it. Can I benefit from it? No, because I have to do something, at least a small part from my side, in order to receive the message of the God that he is with me and he is the provider. I have to do something physically as well. I always give this example, although it is an arguable narration, but I don't care. Miracles can happen in this way or another way. I don't know whether this particular miracle happened or not. I don't care, but it may happen. It must happen. And definitely it is appropriate to the wisdom of the Creator. So the moon. And the Quran says the moon is split. The people attributed to a miraculous action that the moon is split to the eyes of in the experience of the people, that they saw the moon is split. But the Hadith narrations say the Prophet pointed his finger to the moon, and then the moon split. So ridiculous. It is even, I am ashamed of even mentioning that the pointing my finger to the moon cannot have any effect within the established of the order of this universe. It is obvious to everyone, but the wisdom of the Creator requires that I have to express my need, not only in my tongue, not only in my emotions, but also in my physical actions. Although my physical actions, although my prayers, although my wishes, feelings cannot have anything to come into existence by itself. I cannot create by wishing. I cannot create by saying that, oh, something must happen there. Well, nothing happens. I cannot create a thing by just shaking the tree trunk. Nothing. But that is how God teaches us. Look, you have to express your need to me through your feelings, one, through your tongue. As a human being, you have to speak as I'm speaking to you, as I gave you the ability to speak through your tongue, and also through your actions. Although none of them has any kind of effect on the existence of the result. I am the creator one. You must express your need to me. This is also a delicate way of teaching that I have to communicate with God through my feelings, through my tongue, and through my actions. The best example of it is the prayer, ritualistic prayer. I have to recite what I really present to God. I have to say, I worship you, we worship you, not only me, but all the creation, everything, and we need your help. Everybody, I know I am a conscious being, and I have to do it, physical expressions as well. Nothing different from Mary's shaking the trunk of the tree. Fine? Understood, inshallah. So God says, okay, you wanted to be forgotten completely, utterly. But don't forget, I am with you. So we may be having some problems in our life, some sort of damages. We call them, but not really true. Some calamities may happen in this world. Yeah, something really may hit and hurt me as a result of the act of creation in this world. Yes, but I should never, ever despair of my God's mercy that he will definitely be with me. If I don't express it, or if I don't realize, mostly God's help is with us, but we don't realize where the help arrived to us. Where? Because we don't know the alternatives. We know what is created, that's it. But we may not realize it because it didn't happen as we ordered God to do it, as I am, as filling the order form. You know, give me a best husband, best wife, and give me happiness in my family life, or give me success in my education and my work. And I want the best house, best something, and give me this. You know, the parish form is specified by me, and I may not see the same result because God says, okay, if you are sincere, I will answer you, but you don't know, trust me, I know. So we will present it, but we won't expect to respond from our Creator as we expect it to be. On Saturdays, we read the writings of an author who's called Nursi, Said Nursi. He's an excellent person to me. He says, he gives an example about this relationship with the human relationship with God. He says, let's assume that a person asks the doctor to prescribe a medicine for him or her to cure, heal his or her sickness. And he says there are 3 options, which is best for him. One is, doctor says, okay, this is a right choice, I will give it to you. That is the wisdom and mercy of the doctor. And also he says, no, you don't know the right medicine for your illness. Or since you came to me, I will prescribe you the right medicine, right drug for you to cure your disease. Or he says, no, you don't need any medicine, just wait. And he says, no prescription, go home and rest. If the sick person, the patient, starts crying that I asked him to give me this medicine, he didn't respond back to me, the author says, nurse says, it is a simple example, but explains many things. If he says, God didn't respond, my request, my petition, if you like, my prayer, and says, because he didn't give me the medicine I wanted, does it show that this doctor is not a responsive doctor, not a sensitive doctor to the needs of his patients, not merciless? It is not a merciful doctor or wise doctor, not at all. That's what we should understand, the relationship between us and God, our creator. We say, I am ill. I need my health back. Please give me. How? You know better. Let me know what to do. Create something so that I will do. So in the example of the prophet Job, he said, okay, put your heat on the earth and scratch it, and the water will come, and this water will cure you. Here it is, the same miracle, and narrated in the Quran, of course. Now, he didn't know that the cure for his illness was under his feet. But because of his prayer, God said, okay, it is there. Or God created it in this way, and informed him. These are the examples that God's mercy reaches us in an unexpected way in the language of the Quran, which I love it. I love it. What was the expression? Let me remember this. بغير حساب, not in a way that is calculatable, if you like. Not really calculated. The God will come from this way, in this way. No, we cannot. Okay. Now the God says, okay, I have created everything for you. Okay. Therefore, eat and drink and rejoice. Enjoy it. And should you meet any mortal, say to him, any person, I have vowed a fast to the merciful and will not speak with anyone today. She's expected to fast of what? Not speaking, of course. Her, I'll just say, the one who takes care of it, mentor. Yeah, her mentor, Zachariah, in the teachings of the Quran also was advised to fast of not speaking. It is very interesting. What does it mean? We know the fast, of course. للرحمن صوما. Yeah, إني نذرت للرحمن صوما. Saum. Here it is. I'm just putting the cursor on it. Fasting. But we know the fasting takes during Ramadan. No, 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 no. There are many ways of fasting. Even during the Ramadan, we fast. We have to pay attention that fasting is not only uh, abstaining from eating and drinking or certain activities. No, no, no. Fasting is in your feelings, fasting in your mind, intellectual activities, and fasting in your relationship with other people, being extremely careful, curbing your ambitions, caprices, strongly. This is fasting. Now, here the fasting is not speaking. What does it mean? They're very simple. I think even I say something, you will guess that here the fasting is don't try to explain what happened to you through your own tongue, within your own capacity. Just leave it to me. I will provide the evidence for you. Don't worry about it. Don't try to defend yourself by speaking, but how else she can defend? By saying that, oh, wallahi, I didn't do anything, but an angel came to me. They said, come on, stop telling us stories or tales. They wouldn't believe. But people need evidence which is palpable, materially examinable, and observable, so that they will decide. So God will provide an evidence for her chastity in a material form. That's why he said, no, 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 don't try to defend yourself. What does it mean? For me, it means, first of all, everything in my house, definitely, I'm sure you also have the same opportunity. When I turn the tap, water is under my hand, in my cup. Oh, it is a miracle, isn't it? Yeah, running to me. And in my house, there are some fruit. So here is the fruit in my house, ready. Miracle, isn't it? The creation of water, creation of fruit, miracle. Okay. How about if I am in a desperate situation? How can I defend myself? Of course, I have to try my best to bring the evidence. But ultimately, if I am innocent, God will be on my side. But, for example, in the example of the Quran, the prophet Joseph was put in prison, although he was innocent. But what happened? He said, okay, that is what God decided. I am innocent, and God decided for me that I will be in prison. Why? Well, of course, in the example, Prophet Joseph was patient enough, aware enough that he has to trust in God's mercy, wisdom. So that is his side. As far as I am concerned, yes, I may be created in a different way. I don't know how my conditions of creation will take place. But at the end, what happened? Through being in prison, he became the acting, practicing, if you like, king of the country. The king was there, symbolic. He was deciding about everything because the budget was in his hand. And he was doing what he believed that he should do. It means practicing his belief. While he is doing his favor to people, pagan people, as he says, as the Quran says in his story, that in prison, he was speaking to his prison inmates, and telling them that, look, I left an unbelieving people behind me, and I am proud of my prophetic ancestors, and I am following my prophetic ancestors, Abraham, whatever, all the prophets afterwards. Now, we know that he was serving atheist people. Why? Oh, he has to establish his trust in the hearts of the people, in the minds of the people, by helping them, gaining their sympathy. These are very, very important details of the story. Gaining their sympathy, trust in him, so that while he is serving them financially, materially, of course, as far as the Quran says, it's a long time, 14 years. He was the acting king, if you like. It means the chief responsible person in the country. As a foreigner, by the way, as an immigrant. He wasn't there. He was brought there as a slave. You all know this. Now, what happened? It gave him the opportunity to spread his message to the people. That is a prophet must do. That is how we should do. We cannot go and look at the people or come on, seeing a person standing in the train station and say, hey, hi, do you know about Quran? No, we cannot. We must accompany our message with favors to the people so that they will trust us. We should never expect anything in return. These are the details of the story. Anyways, now he will come to the verse, and advice came from God that she should fast, not speak. And I will not speak with anyone today. Okay. He said, okay, I'm not going to speak. I'm saying nothing to the people. So the following verse comes. Okay. Then she went back to her people. You understand that we have to go back to our society. We cannot live alone carrying him, because under the palm tree, she gave birth to a baby, and a baby in her hand. Now, well, this is the story. Now, the result is in her hand, and people will have every reason to doubt about her. I mean, we should say, oh, how horrible people they were. They didn't really believe in chaste women. Impossible for me also to believe somebody comes with a baby and said, I have it without any husband, any relationship with a man. I will say, all right, do you think I'm stupid? Why? I'm accustomed in this way. How can I know that? It's a very extremely rare creation of the orderer of the universe. How can I know? Of course, I need evidence. It means miracles way that, oh, this is created in an unaccustomed way for me, and it is going to be proven, supported. I'm stopping. Don't lower your hand. Let me see. Yeah, don't lower. Yeah, keep it there so that I will remember. Now we have to understand, if something happened in a miraculous way, to defend this action must be accompanied with a miraculous result, like in the life of the Prophet Muhammad. he received the message of the Quran in a miraculous way. How can he prove that it is not from him, but from the creator of the universe? He is employed by him. Of course, the creator accompanied him with creating certain miracles and sending the message itself within a miraculous composition, literally, meaning-wise. The message was miraculous, cannot be the product of a human mind, and the literature quality, rhetoric quality of the message was, again, not possible humanly, like a person, Muhammad, who has not been trained or educated or known as a poet at all. So miracle must accompany to protect, to defend these innocent people like Muhammad, like other prophets, and like Mary here. I think so far, although we haven't completed it, but I think I should stop and give the mic to Amy. Yes, Amy, I'm waiting for you.
I had a question that came back into my mind after I saw one of the first verses that you had displayed today, namely 22. Mary conceived him and she isolated herself with him to a remote place. There's this image again of her isolating herself to a remote location. And that reminded me of last week's session, verses 16 and 17. She withdrew from her family to a place towards the east and secluded herself from them. We then sent our spirit to appear before her. And the thing that strikes me about these verses is the image of Mary that comes across to me is of someone who has some awareness of another level of existence available to her. And I actually pulled out a Catholic Bible and read the account of the Annunciation to Mary in the Gospel of Luke. And the contrast is striking because in the Christian version, one almost gets the sense that Mary is this young peasant girl in ancient Palestine, just going about her business, has no impression that anything special might ever happen to her in her life. Almost get the sense that she's almost blindsided by this angel who suddenly shows up one day with this message for her. Struck that in the Quran, in these verses, it's not to say that she somehow knows what is going to happen, but she has some awareness, some consciousness that she is somehow called, is somehow going to live a very different level of existence than what she is expecting in the usual banal human world. I was just curious if I'm reading that deeper sense correctly, or if any scholars or theologians have ever commented on this at all. That Mary is somehow aware that she is called to a higher or a very different level of existence than just being in the mundane world of her community.
Thank you, Amy. Especially your wrapping up sentence said some sort of experience which is beyond our expectations, another level of existence. That's an idea I respect. I hate to say, but how we explained her seclusion from her society, from her community, and withdrawing herself to the east of the temple. Another, of course, we know, I respect your idea that we know that existence cannot consist of only this type of existence that we are experiencing in this world, because all the qualities manifested in this type of existence must come from another level of existence, another type of existence, which is absolute, which is self-existing, which is self-sustaining existence. It necessitates it. Or I understand. We are trying to communicate with this level of existence, which is, we call it in the Quran, calls it ghaib, which is not of the nature of this universe. Ghaib means not of the nature of universe, but the absolute existence. Ours is dependent existence. It is self-existence. So we have to communicate with it. But we said while we are discussing those referred verses, you referred, those verses that you referred, we said this is not a physical isolation as such, because east represents sunlight, the light. So trying to get the meaning of creation without being under the influence of her environment, not taking for granted the cultural environment that she was living in, no, don't taking anything for granted that she inherited from her ancestors, but she tried to understand the reality by herself as much as she can. Maybe she was grown in of course, a Jewish community. It means the children of Israel. She was a member of the children of Israel, and children of Israel had their own scripture, and she may be studying the scripture, which is what mostly expected of the people who stay in temple, study the scripture. So she may try to communicate with this realm of existence, which is God, actually, through the teachings of the available scripture, which was that time Torah. So Torah pieces, whatever they have that, they had that. But now, as far as the baby comes, is a physical world, he comes back to the society. That's how I understand. Your understanding, I agree with it, if it is related to relationship between human beings and God. I totally agree. Trying to understand our Creator, which kind of qualities he must have, so that I can relate to him through these manifested qualities in this world and communicate with him as a result of my relationship with God in this form. So what I say, yes, that is right, but needs specification. In this verse now, 27, she comes back to her people carrying the miraculous creation of a baby. Of course, every creation of a baby is taking place in a miraculous way. But this one is an unaccustomed way. That is, we call it miracle, but we don't call it supernatural. Or it is a very dangerous word. Why? Natural doesn't exist. There is no natural thing happening. There's a supernatural something will happen. No. Everything is miraculous, but an unaccustomed way of creating as far as our observation of the order is concerned cannot be called supernatural, not at all. It is just not the way I am used to. So simple. So simple, exceptional way. That's it. Otherwise, the creation of everything is, by the way, supernatural, quote unquote, supernatural. So Mary was under accusation now. They said, Mary, you have done an unthinkable thing. And inshallah, the time is up, or already 6 minutes after the deadline. So we will start in time. Inshallah, try to keep our word and stop in time as well. Next Wednesday, we will continue from especially the second piece of verse 27, inshallah. Thank you for everyone who contributed, and also the questions, concerns, and comments. Thank you. And inshallah, I would love to see you on Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday discussions next week, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum an alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.